Quiet on set. Cameras rolling. Action. Cut.
Sorry, guys. Look, I think I need to change it up. It's not me. Maybe try something more casual. Yeah, this works. Yeah, much better. I like it. All right, let's go for take 2.
Quiet on set. Cameras rolling. Action.
Hold on.
Cut.
You know what? We don't need this. All right, guys, welcome to the show on the go with me, Vinn Sander. Welcome, guys, to another episode of the show on the go with me, Vinn Sander. Before I bring out today's guest, I wanted to give a huge shout out to all of you guys because thank you guys for supporting my channel, for supporting this show. I really appreciate each and every one of you. So thank you from the bottom of my heart. All right, so today's guest is someone whose work you guys have all seen. He's literally been with the Dhar Mann OG crew since the beginning. He was there on my very first shoot, actually. And I'm pretty sure he was probably involved in my hiring process too. He is a multi-talented individual. He does everything from cinematography, directing, editing, all of the above. I'm pretty surprised he's not an actor yet. He can do everything. I'm super excited, guys. Please welcome Reuben.
I'm coming out
What's
like
up,
the
man?
water from the
How you
spout.
doing?
I'm going
Thank you
in,
for coming.
in
Of
a
course.
booty
I appreciate you
bag.
being on here, dude. I know it's been a crazy ride for you. I remember remember our very first episode. If you guys go back and watch our very first episode, that was filmed with a 2-person crew, literally. Like you did pretty much everything, except for sound. I think we had someone else for sound, and then you edited it, you uploaded it, and you've just been there since the beginning. What was the process like for you?
The process in the beginning, I mean, it was really run and gun. You know, we
Yeah.
still didn't figure out exactly what the content was going to be like, how often we were going to upload. We didn't have a set, like, oh, these are going to be moral videos that teach something good. That kind of just evolved. But yeah, in the beginning, it was just very run and gun. Like you said, I would shoot, direct, edit, color grade, do the sound, all that stuff. I would do the little markers for the actors.
Right. Even the props and everything, the little
props,
tapes
all
on
that
the
stuff.
ground.
Oh man, yeah.
It was crazy. I mean, you put in so many hours daily. And when you first signed up for this opportunity, did you know what you were getting into?
No, definitely not. I mean, when Dhar, so it kind of started with just an email that I got on my phone. And at the time I was doing a lot of freelance work. This is before I met Dhar. But I was doing a lot of VFX freelance work because that's what paid the most amount of money for the least amount of time. And I had just moved my family out of an apartment to a house. And that was at the time I couldn't afford it, to be honest.
Right.
I was just like, but my family wasn't too happy. So I was like, you know what? You got to take risks in life. And those risks are what push you. So decided to get the house, moved us over there, saw how happy they were, definitely the right decision. And that's what actually pushed me to open that email that I got. Because typically, you know, you get hundreds of emails, especially as a freelancer. There's tons of sites that you go to sign up, and then you get a lot of like emails from job opportunities. And so I still remember it very vividly. I was walking, I forget where I was walking to, but I was walking, got the email alerts, and it said it was looking for someone who can make motivational content.
Oh, okay. So that was the job description at the time?
Job description, just
Gotcha.
motivational video.
Okay.
And I was like, you know what? I remember shooting a video 4 years ago that was for a contest, and it was to win some free lights from a company called Aperture.
Oh, I know Aperture.
And yeah. And I didn't win, but that video I shot, directed, edited. I was actually in it myself as well.
Wow. So he is an actor.
Not much of an actor. I was just like working out actually.
Oh yeah. Nice.
Yeah, I'll show you the video whenever I get a chance. But yeah, sent that video over because it was very motivational. I felt like it was a good fit for that email.
Yeah.
So sent that in, and then pretty much that same day got a response back, met up. I met Dhar for the first time, and yeah, it just kind of started from there.
That's amazing.
Yeah.
So that's how it all sparked, guys. This whole video. Were you in the very first video? Did you shoot the very first video,
Yeah.
motivational video for Dhar? You did, right? So
Yeah.
that's crazy.
Well, in the beginning, the videos weren't like films. They weren't. They were more talking head stuff. So
Oh,
it was
okay.
with Dhar sitting in front of the camera, similar to this,
Yeah.
and telling,
Like narrating?
What was it? Not narrating. He was giving like advice. So whether
Got it.
it was financial advice, advice for. I guess it was still kind of moral based, where
Yeah.
each episode he would go over a moral, and it was more talking head style. And he even wanted to do animation at one point, so we had animation in there with like little.
That's crazy.
Yeah, so if you go back, you can find those videos. But that's how it started.
Yeah.
And then we shot the first cinematic one.
Uh-huh.
And yeah, there wasn't much of a plan, but I remember showing up, and Dhar and Laura were there, and they just told me to show up. We had a few actors. We had one actor pull out, and Laura's brother actually played the main lead. So if you go back to that first video, you'll see him.
That's cool.
Pep, he killed it.
Yeah.
But yeah, showed up. We didn't really know what we were shooting, to be honest.
Yeah.
But we did know the scenes. Like, we did spend some pre-production time figuring it all out. And I think that one was about a boyfriend who cheats on his girlfriend. And then it didn't have a happy ending like our videos do now.
Yeah.
But it did show the somber side of cheating, which is the girlfriend being left alone, hurt, and wondering what's happening.
Right.
Which I still think is a fantastic
Yeah.
video,
Still a message. Yeah.
So yeah, that was the first one.
That's wild. And
Yeah.
then, how did it kind of evolve into what it is now?
I mean, it's
Was
hard
it a
to
lot
say.
of trial and error?
A lot of trial and error.
Yeah.
Like, that's the one thing that Dhar is really great at, which is he has a good vision as to where something can go, but he's never afraid to fail,
Yeah.
And not that we fail, because every experience is a learning experience. I
Exactly.
feel like that's what I truly believe.
Right.
So all those videos that we were doing in the beginning taught us a little bit, and because of the fast turnaround that we have for the videos, I felt like our learning curve was so fast because we were putting out so many videos so quickly.
Right.
And yeah, in the beginning, when Dhar said we were going to do like 2 videos a week,
Yeah.
me and John at the time,
Yeah,
we were
yeah.
just like, what? How are we going to do this,
Right.
But we got it done, and over time we realized, like, yeah, we can do this very efficiently. And I think that's always been a guiding principle, which is just constantly doing things and learning from those experiences.
Right.
And that's something that we still do to this day. We're never not learning and not trying to improve everything.
And it's amazing to see the progress. I mean, since the very first video that you just explained till like now, where you guys have studios and sets in studios. I remember most of the videos in the beginning were shot in that one loft
Yeah.
that was converted into so many different sets,
Yeah,
and you guys
yeah.
pulled it off, which is
Yeah.
amazing. And to now, like, you guys have the ability to have sets in almost, I think, 2 buildings now. It's insane. It's incredible to see the progress,
Yeah.
and it's inspiring to see, like what you just said. You just got to keep doing it, not be afraid to fail, because ultimately that's going to be the biggest, like, best learning experience you can get. Is just by keep repeatedly doing consistency, and just keep working at it, guys. That's like the best advice you can
Definitely. There's one old video that was more of a talking head style where we had animation.
Yeah.
And I still remember it because it was about it was like a fable, and Dhar was telling the story.
Right.
And it followed, I forget what it was specifically, but it followed someone, I think it was like an old gold miner.
Okay.
Or gold, when you're sifting for gold and trying to find gold or whatever. And there's 2 people, one who gives up right before he hits gold, and one that kept going and then hit that gold. And it just shows that you never really know how close you are to hitting that gold, or whatever your ambition or your goal is. So you just got to keep going at it. Just keep going, put your head down. As I truly believe, as long as you're passionate about what you do, give it your 100% effort, and are doing it for the right reasons. If you're looking for money, if you're looking for all these things, then that's never the right reason.
Passion has to be the number one driving
Exactly.
source.
It's all about passion.
That's very true.
But if you cover all those bases, then whatever you want will happen. Eventually it'll happen.
For sure.
But if you stop, you'll never know. It could have been that very next day.
True, guys. You just gotta keep going. No excuses. Keep pushing forward. That's been my motto ever since. That's amazing.
Yeah.
So now I want to kind of go back to the beginning. When you first, I guess, went to college or first were thinking about getting into the entertainment industry, what did you envision your career being like this, or did you have a different vision for it?
I actually always saw myself as being a YouTuber.
Really?
Yeah, so even I have no formal training in film, cinematography, directing, nothing.
Right.
I didn't even go to college. I went to community college for like half a year, and I just knew, because I always hated school. This is probably not the best message for the kids out there, but for me, school was never the thing that I felt was the most suited towards who I am as a person. I just like to, it's funny, when I was in high school, or even earlier than then, I thought I hated learning, because I hated school.
Right.
But then I realized, no, I love learning. I just love learning about the topics that I'm actually passionate about,
Wow.
So that's when I realized I do love learning. I'm always learning. Every day I'm trying to learn something new. And so I brought that same passion to filmmaking.
Gotcha.
And to whether it was editing, color grading, cinematography, directing, just every aspect of film I truly love. Other than sound, I really don't like sound, to be honest. That's the one part that I'm not too. I do like it now a lot more because I can appreciate it a lot more.
Mm-hmm.
But it's just not the most fun for me.
Right.
Other than that, I love every step of it.
And you have been involved in every step of the process.
Yeah.
For Dhar Mann videos at least. But before that, were you mainly focused on like the YouTube aspect? But
before then, I was actually I come from a very poor family. So we didn't have. I have no connections at all. Even to this day, I don't have any connections other than like Dhar. That's my friend. My brother. But I don't have anyone who I can go to and be like, hey, can I get a job? Can I do this? So for me, it was always just figuring out exactly what I could do to achieve my goal. My goal has always just been to be successful, happy, and be able to take care of my family. That's my number one goal. So in order to do that, I had to start looking at things differently. Like, how do you find jobs? I didn't know how to find a job. And so I went to Craigslist. And that's when I realized, people post jobs on Craigslist. I had no idea,
Right.
So that's how I started getting contacts, how I started getting work. But this is another thing. I 100% attribute all of my success, and I'm still not, I'm somewhat successful, but nowhere where I truly want to be. But it wouldn't have happened if I didn't do personal projects. And I love personal projects because it allows you to express yourself 100%, like just what your vision is.
Right.
But it also allows you to learn at a much more rapid pace because you're having to figure out problems and solutions to those problems right then and there. And by doing so, you also now have a much more deep understanding of how to solve that problem. If you read how to solve a problem on a book, you'll forget it by the next day.
True. Yeah.
But if you actually did it, now that's kind of ingrained in you.
Yeah.
And that's what all those personal projects that I did. I probably did 10 or 15 just personal projects where I did visual effects, shooting, editing, all by myself. I never really had a lot of friends. I had no friends who were into film or anything like that. So that's also one of the reasons why I had to learn about all of this because I was kind of a one-man band.
Yeah.
But yeah, that's something that I truly attribute a lot to, which is just doing personal projects and learning from that stuff. I kind of forgot what the original question was.
No, that's so inspiring, to hear that side of how you are where you are today. It was because of everything you've done in the past and how you learned everything on your own. So you didn't have any formal training. So how did you learn everything on your own? What was your go-to method?
YouTube.
I
honestly,
there you go.
Whenever someone asks me how can I learn something, go to YouTube.
Best resource out there.
Yeah, seriously. I wouldn't be who I am today without YouTube, which is why I love YouTube so much because whether it's philosophy or how to be a good person or any skills that I've learned, it was all through YouTube. My parents are amazing people, but they never really taught me anything just because we're from Mexico.
Yeah.
And they grew up in a very poor village, and so they don't have a lot to offer as far as advice. They always loved me and did their best to take care of me, but whenever it came to learning things or really anything in terms of learning, I had to figure that out on my own. And YouTube was the number one resource there.
Right.
Yeah,
right.
I wouldn't know anything that I know now without YouTube.
That's crazy.
Yeah.
I mean, that's cool. Like how you literally made a full circle if you think about it. You learned everything from YouTube when you were just starting out, and now you're coming back and all your hard work that you learned over the years is displayed on YouTube. Like all your videos are on YouTube.
Yeah.
I mean, across all platforms, not just YouTube, but it's just really interesting to see that full circle, how it is possible to just, if you have a passion, just super dive really deep into it, learn it, keep producing, keep creating, keep working at your craft, because eventually, some doors are going to open. And like for you, that one door opened, which is Dhar, and you're here. That's amazing.
Yeah,
Man. That's like so inspiring. I hope this inspires a lot of other people out there who are, in similar boat, who are trying to pursue their passion. And just because it's difficult doesn't mean there's always a way. And you can always find that out.
Yeah, definitely. I mean, what's difficult is what is the most desirable,
True.
And if everything came easy, you wouldn't want it,
Right.
So yeah, I think whenever people say that something's hard, I'm kind of cold in that sense, because I feel like you got to go through that stuff. You got to go through difficult times in your life. Otherwise, you'll never be a person who's been through real, I guess not tragic, real adversity.
Adversity,
yeah. Like talking about full circle.
Yeah.
My childhood home that we lost when I was 14 is 3 blocks away from the studio.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
And we didn't obviously, I didn't know that we were getting the studio until we got it.
Yeah.
But for me, that was very fulfilling, because we lost the home, but now we're able to do this, So
that's incredible.
Yeah.
I mean, just I completely agree with what you were saying. Nothing worth having comes easy. I mean, you kind of have to take risks. You really have to put yourself out there, because if it's easy, everyone can do it. Everyone would be successful. And the thing is, I think a lot of people don't realize is everyone has the chance to do what they want. It's just a matter of putting in the time, taking the risks, and just going after it, which is even taking the first step is sometimes the hardest part.
That's the hardest part. Even to this day, I procrastinate on a lot of other stuff, you know? Work for me is number one, but it's taking that first step that's the hardest. But once you get over that, you'll be able to get to it pretty easily.
Exactly.
But it's also consistency,
100%.
You have to be consistent with anything that you do, whether it's fitness, whether it's your work, whether it's your personal projects. It's about being consistent and staying on a schedule, and not just kind of being flimsy about it, because you'll let yourself off pretty easily,
Right.
Oh, I'm tired today.
Yeah.
I did this today. I should just relax.
Right.
For me, I don't want to relax until I feel like we've really made it.
Fulfilled it. Yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Until then, I don't feel like I should be relaxing.
No, I agree with that philosophy. I try to follow that as well, where you kind of have to. I want to get what I need to get done first before I do anything that's more relaxed or fun, because I want to make sure what I need to get done is done first. I always priorities is what it comes down to.
Exactly.
I know, going back to fitness, I've gotten messages from people saying, how do you take the first step? How do you get started? How do you stay motivated and all that? And I feel like the hardest part is just going to the gym. If you just start with that, it'll eventually, it's like a rolling ball effect, right? You just get hooked into that. Just make that one thing your number one goal for the first week. I just got to make it to the gym every day. And just like that, maybe do, I need to do one aspect of a video, or I need to edit a video a day, something like that. Whatever your goal is, you just have to do it consistently and at an organized schedule for you to even learn that, you know, okay, maybe this is not working, maybe this is working, and just to know, like, trial and error it comes down to.
And you should try and make it uncomfortable for yourself, you know?
True.
It shouldn't be, oh, I'm gonna do 1 video a week. If that's your first thought, make it 3 videos a week.
Exactly.
You know?
It's great.
Push it so that, because for me, like you said, getting to the gym is the hardest part. Sometimes I finish like 14-hour days, like yesterday,
Right.
you know? I still hit the gym. And I really did not want to. But as soon as I got in there, I had an incredible workout.
Exactly.
And then I felt so much better afterwards. And so, yeah, it's just staying consistent, doing the thing. And then there was a point I was going to talk about. Shoot. I forgot. Never mind.
That's all good.
That was going to be an incredible point right there. I was going to be mind blown.
Mind blown. No, I feel like a lot of things you've said already are so inspiring, and I'm sure it's going to inspire a lot of people out there. And it's just I'm so like excited to see what else you got in store for us, because just seeing you on that very first day on my set, the Dhar Mann crew, 2-person crew, to now you guys have studios, and I know there's talks of doing much more. So I'm very excited to see all the success that you got coming for you, because I feel like, bro, like, you deserve that. You worked your butt off to get to where you are today, and that's just so inspiring. But now I do want to ask one question that I know all the fans are dying to know, because I've asked literally every guest so far what this is. Are you ready?
I'm nervous. I'm ready.
You nervous?
Let's do it.
Ruben, what is your favorite color?
My favorite color is gray.
Gray.
I know. As you can see, I'm kind of in all black.
Is there a reason for
I
that?
was going to wear a black shirt, actually.
Oh, yeah.
But it got wet. So
Do you like dark colors?
I like dark colors.
Yeah.
I just like dark colors. It's slimming, you know?
It is slimming. That's true. That's true. Do you remember the point when you realized gray was your favorite color?
I think once I started, like, if my girlfriend had me, she mentioned to me, like, you always wear black.
Yeah.
I was like, what are you talking about? And she's like, look at your closet.
Yeah.
And it's all black. And every time we go to get clothes, I have like 5 different variations of a black shirt.
Black.
You know? Or like dark color, like dark jeans.
Yeah.
So that's kind of when I realized, like, oh yeah, I do like dark colors. Yeah.
That's super interesting. Well, there you have it, guys. Ruben's favorite color is gray.
Gray, there you go. I would say black, actually.
Oh yeah?
Maybe black. Just a gray and black in between there. That's probably my favorite range. Yeah.
Well, there you have it. So nowadays, I know you're not much more involved in the whole shooting process. What do you currently do?
Right now, I'm the senior production manager at Dhar Mann Studios, so just pretty much managing everything and keeping us going, and yeah. That's
so it's crazy to see how how you worked up the ranks. Essentially, you've gone from shooting, putting in 16-hour days. I know you still put in that many hours. It's just now you're in charge of managing so much more content, because you guys are up to what, 4 videos a week now?
4 videos a week, yeah.
That's insane, guys. I mean, it's really cool, because there's multiple production teams and everything. So do you have do you see every video that goes out currently?
Yeah.
You do?
I see every video probably like 10 times.
Wow.
Yeah, maybe even more.
That's amazing.
Whether it's like reviewing the score, whether it's reviewing the color grade, reviewing the edit itself, reviewing the final video before Dhar sees it. Dhar also reviews the final videos, so he gives his final say on every single video.
Nice.
But yeah. So
really
I'm very familiar with every video we've ever put out. Yeah.
Has there been one favorite video that stood out for you that like either personally touched you or something that you just love shooting?
I think so I have 2 actually.
Oh wow, okay.
The first one being Christmas trees video with Carl.
Yes.
That we shot. That was one of our. I still have a video of us wrapping that shoot. But yeah, Carl, he was a good friend of mine. He was such a great person, you know. Like honestly, genuinely one of the kindest people I've ever met. I still remember when he got a new car and he brought it to set.
Did he?
And he was like, look at this. I was like, whoa, nice, amazing.
Yeah.
And then he revealed it's not even for him, it's for his wife.
Oh my God.
You know? I was just like, yeah. But anyways, that's, I still look back at that video with a lot of fond memories because I got to spend some good time with Carl shooting that, and then the other one being It Cosmetics. So It Cosmetics, it's one of our bigger productions that we did, and it's one of our first long form productions that we did, and I just loved that story, loved how it came out. Yeah, I had a lot of fun shooting that one too. Yeah.
That's awesome, bro. I remember when we lost Carl, that was a very tough time for a lot of us. It was a challenging time for production and just the whole crew, because he was part of the Dhar Mann family. I mean,
yeah, I know, like a lot of people on YouTube, they watch the videos and they have a superficial idea of what it is. But I truly see our company as like a family, you know. I see you as a brother, you know.
Likewise.
And I saw Carl as a really good friend, and so it was definitely a hard time for everybody.
And I do attribute, you know, I know I say this a bunch, but the whole community feeling that I get whenever I come to set is just unparalleled with any other sets I've been on, because you guys really do. I know it trickles down from Dhar, but the management, how the management's set up, how well, like how easy it is to just come in and you guys make everyone feel so comfortable, and it's just a great environment to be in, and it's like so relaxing, and yet we still get stuff done, and it's just, I attribute that to, you know, you guys and how your management's set up, and it's just grateful for that, because I think a lot of people, a lot of sets don't, you know, it's either super stressful, there's a lot of pressure, which there still is. I mean, there's still pressure, there's still time commitments, etc. But you guys definitely take care of us, and I feel like that's amazing. That was
top priority, to be honest, is creating a good environment for people. Like I remember I did 3 PA jobs, and I hated every single one of it.
Yeah,
every single one. I hated it. But one, I remember being on the set, and I think it was like a Subway commercial, and there was a family eating at a dinner table, and there was a little girl who was stumbling on her lines, or something was going on, and the director was screaming at her, like, get it right, you know, like screaming at her.
Right.
And I was just like, do you think you screaming at this little girl is going to make
help,
her do this right? Like, no, you have to have a good environment where people feel safe, comfortable, something relaxed. Obviously not so relaxed that nothing gets done. For us, efficiency is also very important, but I think because of how light of a set we have and comfortable everybody is, the efficiency just comes, you know, because people feel ready, prepared, and comfortable. They don't feel like their next line, if they miss it, they're going to get screamed at, you know?
Right.
So yeah, that was definitely really important for us. Yeah.
And you guys do definitely create that whole family feel, and I'm super grateful for you and Dhar and the whole Dhar Mann crew to keep calling us back. And I think that's how it's evolved over the years, that the whole family feeling of everyone's literally like, we're so comfortable with each other. We know everybody here, even up to the management level, like yourself, and you guys come out and say hi to us, and it's just like everyone's on the same level, and everyone's just, it's a great community feeling, and it's all attributed to Dhar and yourself and how you guys are set up the whole system that's running so efficiently and so well here. So, and I'm sure I'm speaking for a lot of actors out there who work with you guys. So we're super grateful for what you guys are doing, and continue to keep growing. And I'm super excited to see what else you got in store for us. And I know you've got a busy days, you got long days, and I appreciate you taking the time to come and chat with me and be on the show and give us a little inside scoop on what's going on. So thank you for coming, Ruben. Really appreciate it, man.
Still just the beginning.
Still just the beginning.
Still just the beginning. I truly feel like we're still in our infancy, you know? This is just the beginning of something pretty incredible. It's just a feeling I get, but you never know.
Hey guys, stay tuned. There's a lot of exciting things coming. Do you have any ending remarks for the audience? Any advice you can give to future filmmakers out there?
Future filmmakers, I would definitely say just do whatever you want to do. And like, there's a certain mentality in film where you have to pay your dues and you have to be a PA for 10 years before you can move up to, you know, whatever it is. And I never believed that. For me, it was always like, I know what I'm capable of, and so I just have to put my head down and figure out how to do it. but there are a lot of opportunities out there for filmmakers to do their own thing and to make their own waves, in a sense. So yeah, don't feel like you have to even go to school, to be honest. I know a lot of people say you have to go to school to get contacts. That's an expensive contact, you know? I think you being very good at what you do and spending that time there is more of a contact than you know, an actual direct contact or whatever. So yeah, just never let somebody tell you what you can or can't do. If you truly believe in yourself, then put yourself there and put in the work, and you'll get what you want. Yeah.
Love it. Thank you so much for coming, man.
Yeah,
I really appreciate you. And you guys stay tuned, coming out very soon.
Peace.
All right, guys, thank you so much for watching today's episode. Hope you guys were inspired from Ruben, and I know I sure was. I've been since the beginning. He's a very talented guy, and hope you guys learned a lot from what he said. Thank you guys for watching. Please make sure to like, subscribe, and let me know in the comments who else you guys would like to see in the next few episodes. All right, till next time, I'll see ya.